Hello everyone. Welcome back. Till now in digital marketing, we have seen its introduction, we have seen the growth and evolution of digital marketing. So moving ahead, in this video, in this particular time, we will see what is the difference between e-commerce and e-business. We usually use this term very conveniently, e-business and e-commerce. So is there any difference between them or not? So that's the first part of today's video currently. And then we'll go ahead that uh, what are the reasons of growth of digital marketing and the drivers of digital marketing. We would also see the pros and cons of internet marketing in this video, right? So moving ahead. So what is the difference between e-commerce and e-business? So that's the first topic of the day. Now, when we are talking about e-commerce, it is about use of information technology for interbusiness or inter-organizational transaction in B2C. Okay, so when you want to sell your products to the customers or consumers, right? So that is e-commerce. But when you're using ICT, right, for your business enhancement, like you want to share information, or you are using ERP system for sharing of the information, or you are using intranet for sharing of the information, right? So when such usage of internet is being used, or information ICT, information communication technology, when you use, right, that becomes e-business. So like for example, I send an email to my supplier uh, confirming the order, right? So that is e-business. Okay, but I send an email to my customer, right, regarding the product details, the price, the benefits, the features, the offers, right? So I send that push message to the customers. So whether it is e-commerce or it is e-business, right? No, it is part of e-business, but when I'm using, right, it for selling of my product, that becomes e-commerce, right? So there is difference: information sharing, video conferencing, recruitment process, DSS system, ERP system. When such things are used for the growth of the business, it becomes e-commerce, e-business, right? But when you're using information system, internet technologies, right, for your selling of the brand, that becomes e-commerce. Not only sharing, but even when you talk about communication, right? So when Amazon has various products online that describes the product in detail, the price with the offers, etc., right, that also becomes part of e-commerce. Okay, moving ahead. So what, so emergence of digital marketing as a tool. So that is possible because of rise of customer interaction. Customer have become savvy to technology. They have become reactive or proactive to various communications online, right? Information and knowledge availability is now no more an issue. In fact, as I have also discussed in my previous data, that there are pool of informations available online, right? So at times it becomes a clutter, right? What to read, where to read, what to analyze, how to interpret, what decision to be taken. So yeah, there is a clutter of information available online. There is huge amount of information available online in these days known as big data, right? So that big data, yes, it is very useful in most of the times. At times it is also uh, harmful or difficult. So for that, you need to go for digital detox. So last video we have seen what is digital disruption. Digital detox is you need to cut out from for some time, right? You need to keep yourself aloof of digital technology for growth of yourself and growth of your mind, right? Even in terms of stability. Yeah. So information and knowledge is no more an issue. Consumers have become active information seekers. So more and more information availability, more and more the queries are being replied. People know that okay, these are the queries demanded, so you get the answers for that. So there are receptors for it, right? So gradually, because of all these things, digital marketing has rise, and the major drivers of digital marketing, the first and foremost thing that you require for the usage and good usage of digital marketing is better or the best infrastructure of internet. So you need good speed, you need good gadgets to install all the applications and use digital marketing for your businesses, for the society, for the consumers, right? Rise of millennials, right? This generation, millennial generation, have given it a boost because most of the youngster, whatever they need to do, even learning these days because of the pandemics, have gone online, right? So uh, we are seeing what are the drivers of digital marketing. Pandemics like coronavirus are now can be one of the drivers of higher use of digital marketing. Anyways, jokes apart, but technology advancements in terms of devices, so one device after another you see better technology. So 4G is gone, 5G is coming, so there are now devices with the 5G supported technology, right? So that will even give faster speed to the devices in terms of internet availability, right? Advancement in terms of design interface, whether it is a laptop or your desktop, or the best thing is your handsets, right? Mobile devices. So the interface are becoming easier to use with the better design and better technology. And consumerism is rising now because of the internet and digital marketing, or because of consumerism, wherein in terms of trade the borders are becoming blur, right? Which is good. I see as an positive side. But when you see that thing, so global economies are rising because of and because of that digital marketing is also getting a boost. So these are the drivers of digital marketing or new marketing environment in the current times. Now, coming to the topic of internet marketing technologies and its framework. So would not go in much details about what is internet, intranet, internet, extranet. You all know all of it, right? So what are the basics? What is internet? So internet is use of ICT, right? In the entire world, wherein you use networks, right? Whether you're broadband or mobile data, right? And you use it to consume the information or grab information online, right? So that is known as internet. Intranet is use of local networks. So within an office, when you want to share the data within the people, so that is kept within the corporation or the corporate, right? So that is known as internet technology, that is created for the localized version or for the company purposes, right? Authorized access would be there with the people working in that organization. So that is known as intranet. Now, what is extranet? So extranet is when you have some external parties linked with your organization, and you give access to some of the information or specific area of your information or organizational data, right? When you have that interaction, when you have that kind of collaboration, the stakeholders outside, maybe your suppliers, maybe your shareholders, right? So any of those people have some access, right? Extended access to your intranet becomes extranet. All right. Now coming to what are portals, right? Portals as a concept or the terminology is common internet parlance, right? So you describe it as the sites. So when you talk about any website, so you have that http colon slash slash www, right? World Wide Web dot xyz.com. So in the layman language, right, you call it website, but when you talk in general, you say I saw in that portal, right? So that is known as when you want to search about certain specific thing of your interest, topics or verticals on internet, you go to certain websites that is known as portals. So there's other frameworks or the technologies of internet marketing. In general words, we call portal as even websites, right? So understanding what are web and wireless technologies, right? So web technologies are infrastructure that are multi-tier, right, that uses data and requests and are supported by browsers, right? So you need to have some browser to access a website, becomes web technology, right? Then there are client server models. So there are a lot of concepts. There are on the basis of web technologies that relates to how a request is placed and the information packet is sent, right? So when you're accessing Google, now let's say when you type a request over there about your favorite celebrity you are searching, or you are searching about information related to movies, or you are searching some information related to some product category or some brand, right? So when you request that particular information, right, that goes to the server, that goes to the client server, and from that within fractions of second you get the answers to the query. Now that happens between the your computer IP that sends the request to the Google. From that server, you get back the response. So that is known as a client server model. Then there are wireless networks, right? Wireless networks means without the connection. So you have a broadband at home, right? But without the wire, you connect it with your modem with the Wi-Fi, right? And you use that particular ICT, right, that is informations and communications technology between two or more computers, right, which are connected electrical with the help of electrical conductors. It becomes a wireless technology. Now, mobile currently is the most important device used in terms of wireless technologies for marketing, right? So marketing through different mobile device, through different wireless devices, one of the important gadget over here becomes mobile or mobile marketing. So you get those push messages, paid messages, right, from the companies. So those are part of mobile marketing. Other than that, you have laptop that are also known as easy to carry computing devices, right? So location based promotion. So let's say at times it happens that you are in certain area, there are a few stores or restaurants around, and you get the message that this XYZ place is near you. So that is location based promotion becomes a wireless technology. Personalization or multiple communication channel when they are used in terms of promotions or in terms of social media, um, etc., right, websites. So those are also known as wireless technologies in terms of marketing. So when we are talking about internet marketing as in technologies and frameworks, right? So reshaping interaction in between individuals, businesses, and non-profit organization. So key businesses interaction include, it happens between individual to individual, individual to let's say small medium businesses, or individual to NGO, individual to large businesses, right? Small and medium businesses to the similar sort of businesses, large to large businesses. So there are multiple format: large to government, government to SMEs, government to SMBs, right? Government to NGO. So there are different formats of communication or interaction that happens between different types of businesses in this world. Traditionally, it still happens in the normal way, but yeah, in the complex digital world, there are multiple channels of interaction between this particular formats, right? Between this particular types of businesses. So it might happen through emails, it might happen through websites, it might happen through bots, right? I hope you know what is bots. So when you have a website, you have chat bots, right? So through that it can happen, right? So there are multiple ways, manners wherein different types of entities interact with itself, but broadly and majorly, when it becomes between entity discussion, it is majorly done either through extranet, intranet, or with the help of internet, specifically emails, right? Moving ahead, what are the opportunities and challenges to internet marketing? So when I'm talking about digital marketing or internet marketing, what are the key opportunities related to it? So reaching out to your prospect or to the target audience becomes very, very easy, right? So targeting even individual person in terms of digital or internet marketing becomes very easy because of the gadget cookies, or with the help of gadget IP address, or whether with the help of contact numbers, or with the help of email ID, right? So because of that, the next point is, because of that, uh, it is really easy for businesses and even societies to reach out to the consumer to connect with them. So unlike traditional marketing, wherein when you are communicating through television, you even don't know whether your target audience is viewing that particular advertisement or not, right? So unlike that, in terms of digital marketing, it is easy to connect with the customer, even it is easy to interact with the customer. So the availability of the consumers becomes easy, the access becomes easy, right? The pricing options are easy, right? You can give pricing options, you can give discounts, you have different buying models, you can have different payment options these days. So if you are really scared about paying online, you can opt for cash on delivery. But if you are not a person who believe in cash, or these days you are scared of that coronavirus, right? You can also go for net banking. If you're not net banking savvy, you can use different UPI gateways that are available on different websites: Google Pay, Phone Pay, Beam, right? So PayPal. So there are a number of payment options available to you, right? Pricing options available to you. You can compare your the product pricing easily with the competitors, and accordingly price. The customers can also easily compare the price of a product online for the buying purposes. As I said previously, the because of internet, the trading, right? The trading, or maybe globalization, so that borders are blurring, right? The trade becomes easier with the help of internet or digital marketing. So yeah, the fifth point over here, reaching international markets. So let's say I have a website and I am in India and I want to sell my product to some European market or Australian market or in Japan. It becomes really easy for me to connect with the marketers over there, or directly sell my product over there, right? So yeah, that are the key opportunities of internet marketing. The challenges: so you need to set up the entire infrastructure for internet marketing, and you need to have investment for it. So you need to invest some amount for that. You need to adopt. So let's say, yeah, millennials or people in their adulthood would be able to easily adopt to the internet technology, but same is not the case with the older ones, right? They might find little difficulties in adopting with the technology. So adoption of this thing, if you don't know how to use it, it would, the businesses or the interaction would become little difficult. You need to have resources for it. So if you don't have good infrastructure and you want to take your business on e-commerce, it would be little challenging. Training your employees for the same, training your key people, your stakeholders for internet marketing, right? Integration of the businesses. So when you talk about internet marketing, obviously you are not going to forego the traditional marketing system, so which one should never do, right? So integrating traditional and internet is little challenging, it is little difficult. How you are going to set up the supply chain and all, right? So there would be omnipresent channels or omni channels or multiple channels that you will have to use. So again, would require investment, resources, training and all, right? And establishing return on investment. So whatever investment resources you are putting into internet marketing, whether you are getting return on it or not. So establishing that, right, would be little challenging. So these are the pros and cons, the opportunities and challenges, or advantages and disadvantages of internet marketing. That's it for this video. In the further lectures, we would see the models of